Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Today we're going to be talking about Tickle Me. Now, my history with this film is non existent. I actually did not know about this film at all. I've seen a lot of Elvis's films, and to me, they're just fun. It's not like you're going to get an Academy Award for it, but they're just fun movies. But this is one I had never heard of. And I was at a flea market a while back, and I bought this box set called Whole Lot of Elvis that has, I believe, 6 films in it. And this happened to be one of them. And when I was talking to the horror man, he said, "Oh, we should do this one for Controversial View." I said, "Okay. Controversial movie with Elvis. Huh. All right, I'm game." We watched it, and I had a lot of fun with it. But what's so controversial about an Elvis movie? Well, there actually is some controversy. Now, this came out in 1965, and this is actually the only movie that Elvis ever did that he did not record a new soundtrack. The songs were already recorded between 1960 and 1963. And when he made a deal to do a certain amount of films for Allied artists, that was the deal that they struck. I guess he didn't want to have to write a new soundtrack every time he did a movie anymore. And this was pretty far down the line. Now, this had a record number of fights in it. There were actually 6 fights in this movie. Usually his movies had 1 or 2. And this movie was actually credited with saving Allied artists from going bankrupt. The movie costed $1.5 million, and it made $5 million in the box office. I mean, let's be honest. Elvis was a big time draw at that time. This was still 12 years before he passed. And he was still making movies pretty constantly. The biggest controversy is this film actually has horror elements. Now, a brief synopsis, I don't normally do this, but it's kind of a way to have context. And I'm just going to talk about the horror elements. Now, Elvis, the leading lady, and his friend end up at this ghost town, like an old Western ghost town. And they have to kind of stay there for the night because it's raining. It's like torrential rainstorms. And as they're there, they keep seeing these figures. The doors bang shut and open. The shutters bang open and shut. And they keep seeing these figures with ugly faces staring in the windows or right around the corner. And this one's actually pretty interesting. There is a Wolfman mask. There's, of course, a devil mask. A few more that were like basically generic. But there is this one mask. It's the Hunchback mask that has never been made available to this day. There are mask collectors that do not have this mask that really, really want it. And the only way to see this mask is in this Elvis film, which I thought was pretty cool. Usually, movies like this will capitalize on stuff like that and sell it to the consumers. But let's face it, Elvis had so many things that were merchandised that I guess they didn't feel like they needed to do that, which I completely understand. but it's a really creepy mask, and I think it's pretty cool. This has great songs, a cheesy plot, and beautiful, beautiful women, as most Elvis films do. Check out Tickle Me. It's a pretty good film. This is one I actually am going to recommend. Joe and I usually say we watch them so you don't have to, but this is actually a really fun movie, and there's really nothing wrong with it as far as the content of the film. So check this one out. And don't forget to check out Joe's controversial view for Tickle Me. Remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.